We are continuing in the comedic romance novel, Charming After 5. We're in chapter 21. Jonathan watches Bernie heat up leftovers from Joey's bistro. Since he started cooking for the whole upper section of NYC, as he puts it, his culinary efforts go lacking on the home front. Jonathan is okay with it, though, since their grocery budget has diminished greatly. He sits and stews over his situation and wants to believe it's going well, but until they go out on another date or two, he cannot be certain about Quinn. Quinn is such a mystery to him still. She has him so confused. I'm telling you, Burns, something is very weird that's going on here. Okay, let's examine our info up till now. You get a great job, but the boss lady is a bee, for lack of a better term. It's common knowledge around the office that you won't last long because she guns for any guy that might steal her thunder. She lets you know that she has it in for you. You run into her after work at Joey's, and she is like a different person. She goes overboard to make sure that her daytime life does not cross over into her evening personal life. Have I got it so far? Bernie asked Jonathan. Yes, but those are the general details. Now I've come on to more specific details, like the major differences in the way she dresses during the day versus the evening, and she always changes clothes. Jonathan starts to list things. But one could argue that most women dress differently after work than for work, Bernie interjects. True, okay. Well, what about her lack of jewelry during the work and lots of rings and bracelets and necklaces on after work? Jonathan throws out that conspiracy theory. Same point. Wardrobe category? Bernie dismisses Jonathan's other point. Okay, all business during the day. No talk of work after work at all. She doesn't want it at all. Then after work, there is no talk of our workday at all, almost like she has no knowledge of the one or the other, Jonathan explains. I think she is stressed out. She's a stressed out type. She's type A, and that has to play a part in it. She has to separate the different parts of her life to be able to function. Bernie has just psychoanalyzed Quinn, so he thinks. Okay, what about her singing? Jonathan asks. You yourself said you heard her sing at work, and then she sang for you at the club. Sounds to me like she lets the two sides of herself meet together at some point in her life, Bernie reminded him. True, she did sing at work on one of her Carmel Quinn days, and that just adds another confusing layer to this whole thing. Out of the blue, her after-hours side shows itself at work for a day here and there, 1 or 2 days a month. Not that I am complaining, I like those days, but why? Why be nice occasionally? If you are that determined to be a bee of a boss and treat people like they mean nothing, then why show up here and there and randomly be nice? Jonathan begins to rant. At first I thought she could be schizophrenic or have a split personality. It almost seems as if she is two different people most days. But then I get a glimpse of, as the office staff calls her, Cranky Quinn after work sometimes, or Carmel Quinn during the day. And the whole package is more intriguing than ever, but so confusing. Bernie carries his dinner to the living room, and Jonathan follows along. Quinn Herald could be trying to get you to just walk out on the new jobs, stringing you along until that happens. Gonna break your heart to reach her goal, and she's more than okay with doing that to you. Lots of powerful men do the very same thing to women, you know, only now it's the other way around in your case. The high heel is on the other foot, and that foot is yours, and it ain't comfortable, is it? Bernie shakes his head and waits for Jonathan's reply to his feeble analogy. Jonathan questions. But you spent the evening with her as well, Bernie. She was delightful, and we had a great time, all of us. She treated all of us with kindness and respect. How do you explain that? I think she could be a very great actress. She seems to play a good game. Gets what she wants out of you, what she can, for as long as she wants to play the game. And then, cold as ice, she will just as easily wipe her hands of the whole sordid mess and move on to the next poor accountant. Bernie has shared his true suspicions. Jonathan offers no response to what Bernie just said, and he refuses to acknowledge the accounting pun at the end. He thinks of another point of confusion for himself. Okay, daytime Quinn, she writes notes on her arm. Not so odd. Didn't you say that Quinn, after 5, is an artist and paints pictures? Writing on her arm is just her artistic side coming out at work. Simple explanation there. Bernie continues. And I think you're trying too hard to make this more complicated than it is. You don't want to admit that this woman might just be vindictive enough to treat you like a human after 5, all the while planning your destruction before 5. Maybe you're right. I'm sorry for constantly venting to you about all this. I know you're sick of hearing it. Jonathan apologizes again. But I really would like to see what she is like when no one is watching. Who is the real Quinn? No apologies needed. I'm always here for you, John. You're my closest friend. Looks to me like your own personal, and I might add, absolutely free of charge private eye spy guy will just have to get up into her private space, you know? See what's really going on behind those closed doors of hers? All her secrets? Jonathan breathes a sigh of relief and hugs his best friend. I knew I could count on you, Burns. I mean, it has come down to resorting to this, right? It actually has come down to this. They slap each other around for a few seconds, and then Bernie wimps out. Okay, geez, John. Sorry, I'm just tense. It feels good venting, though. Yeah, keep that up, and instead of a private eye, you'll have a black eye, Bern warns his friends. Actually, sorry, I'm just so frustrated with this girl, Jonathan sighs. I like my life orderly and predictable. I like everything to add up. It's the least I can do for my best friend. You are the guy who hooked me up with the best girl ever. I feel I owe you. Bern smiles and punches his friend. You better now? Feel better? 'Cause I really need to get some sleep. I actually work for a living, you know. But you just put in your time and play tiddlywinks and do weird math games with my girl. Jonathan regains his composure. Your girl Stacy feels trapped up there on the 5th floor when cranky Quinn is in charge. She pleads for the after 5 Quinn to be her boss. So you're going to be helping her out too, just as much as you're helping me. I hope you know that. I know, and I'm there for the both of you. Anything I can do to help, I'll keep my eyes peeled, Bernie offers. Okay, perfect. Then the first night that there's a full moon, we have to take a little trip over to her townhouse. Huh? What? I was thinking of watching her more often when she comes into the bistro, you know? Spy on her while she thinks no one is watching, pay close attention to who she is with her friends, that sort of thing. I mean, what could we really find out by looking in a few windows? Not to mention what kind of trouble we could get ourselves into. You could get fired and we both could end up in jail. Bernie's explanation has shocked John, and he's even more shocked that he has considered going to sneak around her house and be a peeping Tom. Jonathan sits with his head in his hands. He can't believe he was actually going to spy on Quinn. You're right. I don't know what I was thinking. I think you need to get some sleep, John. It's only Wednesday, midweek. You still have to see her at work this week. You're right again. Okay, I'm going to bed. Jonathan puts his dishes in the sink and walks down the hall. Hey, Burns, Jonathan shouts from the doorway to his room. Yes, John? Would you not tell Stacy about the spying thing? Jonathan is embarrassed at himself for even the thought of it. Sure, your secret is safe with me. Night, John. Chapter 22. The next few weeks fly by. Things actually seem to be getting better at work. Quinn is not sabotaging his work and efforts as much, and Jonathan thinks he may have gotten through to her. He sees her at Joey's off and on. They haven't gone out again, but he has hopes that there is still a chance for that. The company is going through a major audit, and it's all hands on deck for this project. Everyone has their head down and their ear to the grindstone. IT even installed the software program on his computer, but he has to forward everything to Quinn first for her approval before she sends it up to corporate. Jonathan doesn't care. This way Quinn can see for herself the great work he is doing. He hopes that he will continue to meet her approval, and she will continue to ease up on him once she knows he can do the job and do it well for her. He has even shown her his software program and the modifications that could be made for Westin Mutual. Quinn seemed very pleased with it. Hopefully, corporate would like the new program as well when she decides to finally show it to them. Stacy is amazed at all their progress. Once she started working with the software, something just seemed to click, and she's a natural with the numbers. Jonathan is very pleased and has told Quinn many times that she can forget about the first assistant label for Stacy because Stacy is there to stay. Stacy and Bernie see each other almost every evening, and Jonathan knows they will be getting married eventually. Two people could not be more perfect for one another, and he is glad that he could help make that happen. Thursday morning, Jonathan is at work, as usual, when Stacy walks in the office. I just realized that next Thursday will be your 2-month mark here at Westin Mutual, Stacy says as she takes a seat at her desk. It feels like a year sometimes, Jonathan sighs. Are you meeting Bernie for lunch again today? Jonathan teases, knowing the answer. Yes, you know we meet every day for lunch except Mondays and Fridays. Mondays he has inventory and Fridays he meets with his boss, Stacy reminds Jonathan. Just then, Jonathan's cell rings. Speaking of Bernie, it's him. I wonder why he's calling me in the middle of the day. Jonathan asks as he picks up the phone. Bernie, what's up? Jonathan smiles at Stacy. His face begins to show Stacy that it's not good news. Oh, Burns, I'm so sorry. Do you want me to come on home? I can stay with you. Jonathan looks at Stacy's worried face. Okay, yeah, she's right here. I'll tell her. See you in a bit. Bye. Stacy knows what Jonathan is going to say. It's his uncle, right? Yes, Bernie has joked about this for a long while now, but it's really hit him hard. Harder than he realized it would. He said to tell you he can't do lunch. He has to go meet with the family. Oh, of course, Stacy says quietly. I wish there was something I could do. He'll need you later. Let him deal with the family stuff and the funeral stuff, and then you can be there for him afterwards. You're right. Let's finish work so we can be available when he needs us, Stacy says, needing to focus on something right now. They work away all morning, not even stopping for lunch. Their minds keep drifting to thoughts of Bernie and how he is handling things. At 4 o'clock, Jonathan stands and stretches. I'm officially chilling for the day. Let's call it a day. I can't sit here another minute. Let's wrap it up and just go. We've worked enough hours off the clock to make up for this. Jonathan encourages Stacy to get up from her desk. I was just thinking the same thing. Yes, let's go. Stacy is already headed for the door. Later that night, Jonathan and Stacy are listening to some funny stories Bernie tells about his uncle. Bernie is enjoying making Stacy laugh, and it really is helping him to deal with that loss. Thank you both for listening to me ramble on all night. Didn't think his passing would have affected me this much, but I really did love him. He was fun-loving. He was a great uncle, and the kind of uncle every kid should have. and I was very lucky enough to get that. Guess I joked about him dying so much because I never thought it would really happen. He knew it was coming, though. Made all of his arrangements himself. My family doesn't really have to do much of anything. The funeral is Saturday if you'll both be there, all right? I'd appreciate it. Bernie was just rambling on. Jonathan stops him. You know I'll be there, Burns. Stacy points out. And I'll be there too, Bernie. I just wish I could be meeting your family under better circumstances. Me too, Stace. But my family will love you for being there for me. Don't worry about a thing. Even though it's a work night for Jonathan and Stacy, the three talk with each other well into the late night and early morning hours. Saturday arrives. It's a beautiful day. The funeral is nice, as far as funerals go, and Bernie is holding up very well. Jonathan sees Stacy staying strong for Bernie, and he once again realizes how much they need each other. He hopes that he can find that kind of relationship with someone. His mind wanders to Quinn, but he dismisses the thought quickly. He doesn't want to dwell on his problems today. He needs to focus on helping Bernie, and right then, that means containing Bernie's aunt, who has been in love with Jonathan since she met him. It has never bothered her that she is old enough to almost be his mother. She's a cougar. Jonathan doesn't mind entertaining her a bit. Bernie catches Jonathan's eye and smiles, knowing that their Aunt Patty won't let him get away anytime soon. Both Quinn and Finn are home that Saturday afternoon, which is rare. Finn usually attends art classes or goes to the museum or some other function. Today, though, they're home together. Quinn tries to catch up with her sister on the Mr. Waters plan that she has. You haven't said much about Jonathan Waters lately. Have you given up the notion of falling for him? No, I haven't, but you are making it easy for me to pursue a relationship with him now. I joke. No, you aren't making it easy. Right now, you do realize that a relationship anytime is not going to ever be possible. Not with you and him. Even once I fire him or convince him to quit, it's not likely you can call him up and say, oh, by the way, I'm her twin sister and I want to date you now. Quinn throws that out unusually sarcastically. Are you still set on going out with him? I don't know. Quinn says, well, you need to forget it. Finn snaps at her sister. Are you still set on getting him out of your office? It's been almost 2 months and he's doing a great job. You said so yourself. I think he's proven that he's only out to impress you, not take your job. Quinn bellows, I'm not the one that matters. And if the board knew how well he was doing his job, I probably wouldn't have a job. Finn is confused. Wait a minute. Didn't you say you were actually giving him the right work now, and he is completing assignments and even helping with this audit? Yes, he's doing amazing work, and his idea of the new software is genius, which is why the board can never find out. Finn is shocked that her sister would stoop so low. You're turning in the work as if you've done it yourself, aren't you? Quinn states, I have been doing all of the work for over a year now. I deserve a break and some recognition. Once the board acknowledges that the 5th floor is in good hands and that I can take care of things and keep it running smooth, I will hire my own female accounting supervisor and run the floor the way I want to then. That's so messed up. Finn struggles to find the words to tell her sister how she feels. Quinn, you need to take a step back here. This obsession with your job has gone a little too far. No job is worth your integrity, and this much backstabbing and sabotage is horrible. Do you really want a position with a company that causes you to behave like this? I know you are intelligent and determined to have this career, but you need a social life too, because the career path you're on is ruining your life. You need to get out and meet some friends. Do you even have any friends? Friends just get in the way, Quinn interjects. Finn declares, I say all of that about your company and what they have pushed you to do, and the only thing you take away from it is that friends get in the way? You don't just need a friend, you need a boyfriend, and you need to get chilled out. Quinn almost laughs. If her sister only knew what went on in her meetings with Joe, she would be shocked. Obviously, sex has not chilled her out. Her relationship with Joseph is progressing, and he is just as upset with her in the way she is handling the Mr. Waters plan as Finn is. But she has to fight so hard to get where she's at Westin Mutual, and she won't quit now, and she can't lose that position. We have different opinions of the same importance of work and friends. The only thing that matters to me right now is that we agree that you like your living arrangement here with me and all the perks that come with it, and so we will continue as planned. Yes, Master, Finn says, knowing Quinn hates her sarcasm. We're going to stop here at chapter 22, and we'll continue with chapter 23 in the romance novel Engaged. In the romance novel Charming After 5 in the next audio reading.